Yo, what's up? It's Thomas and CJ from Meowow TV. We're about to be interviewing Send and Delete. Let's go inside.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Course,
Thanks for coming out here.
What are we doing again? We're doing an interview. We're going to be asking y'all some questions about your album.
I wanna be a part of that.
Aw, what? No! Everyone cries.
I'm basically the
Basically? What is this, Black Sabbath?
Whatever. I'm not even gonna finish my sentence. Go ahead, Tom.
Now onto NIV, right? You know?
Yeah.
Can y'all introduce yourself and say meow wow for the camera?
Let's start that way.
Yeah.
I'm Mikey, I'm the drummer.
Say the thing.
Yeah, say the thing.
Gotta
Meow
say it.
wow.
What?
It's the catchphrase.
All right. Restart.
Wait, no, because I'm kind of lost too.
I just wanted to
After
know.
you introduce yourself, say meow wow.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's like
Don't
a
worry
catchphrase.
about it.
Like,
I'm Mikey, I'm the drummer. Meow wow.
Thank you, Mikey.
I'm Rumble. I'm the only member of the band that can grow a beard, and I play bass.
Oh, that is
Meow
not
wow.
true.
I'm Jonas. I'm a guitarist singer for Send and Delete. Meow wow.
I'm Egan. I don't know. They just told me to start writing lyrics, and then I did. Meow wow.
Yeah.
I do it too. Yeah, we all gotta do
Okay.
it. We're in a circle here.
I'm CJ. Meow wow.
And I'm Thomas. Meow wow. We about to do a Send and Delete interview.
Let's
What's
go,
up?
baby.
All right. So,
Weird
what are you
one to
most
start
looking
off.
forward to when your album comes out? That's good.
Ooh. Being done with it.
Being done with
Honestly,
it?
like, no, I love the band and I love the songs, but man,
It's a lot of work.
It's a long process and you do get very burnt out.
Yeah.
So once it's finally out there, it'll kind of just be a breath of relief.
How long did the album take to make?
Ooh.
A year and a half.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, because we
This
started.
coming September 2nd, a year and a half.
Yeah,
A lot of blood,
because
sweat, and
we
tears.
started just by coming to Dawson Sound to record our like songs for our album. We did it very sporadically, like months apart, and then there was this one day where Egan woke up and was just like, "Fuck that! We're gonna get this album done."
Literally.
and then we finished the rest of it in like 2 or 3 months.
Pretty much.
But yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's been a long process, and it'll be a breath of relief once it's over.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for people to be able to, hear the final versions of songs that they know and love. It's just
Yeah, it was
it's
so
a good
nice
feeling.
to hear them. Yeah, it was super fucking cool to hear like Arby's Girl and like World War Me was really good too. That's
Oh yeah, because you got
so
that
fucking-
insider look.
Yes,
you know?
yeah, you
Yeah.
got the
Say
insider
that.
look. We got the insider look here at Meow Wow TV. Shit's real. Send and Delete loves us and we love them. First band too,
I'm really
Alright,
excited to see how well it's received. If it's received.
I think it will be.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
I think it's like every song's a banger and like it's very like relatable, like catchy, like it's got like a really good vibe about it too. Like I think it will.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just ready for people to stop comparing me to Brendan Lucan. If I'm gonna be honest, shout out. All right. I'm about to shout out a band here. Shout out Jordan from Sincerely Yours. Sweetest person I've ever met.
Hell yeah.
He is delightful. He makes bangers. One of the first things he said to me, he came up to me in the parking lot of the Brass Mug, and he was like, "Dude, I really like your music. You're giving me some Heaven Brendan Lucan vibes." And I, of course, took it as a compliment because I fucking love modern baseball.
Modern
but
baseball's terrific.
for a minute before I realized this is not a person I've met before, I was just about to be like, if I hear that one more time. But no, shout out Jordan. He's fucking sick. Love that band.
So speaking of bands that you guys like, what kind of like has been like really like in your Spotify like on repeat or like?
Ooh,
like,
hold on.
This is
what
a
you fucking
bad
with
time to
recently?
ask because I'm in my depression arc.
But still, that's
Okay, I guess I have an answer very ready for this. There's been 3 big bands in my rotation right now. One is the Front Bottoms. We're off to a bad start. The next is Slaughter Beach Dog. And then, shout out
Hey,
Slaughter Beach Dog.
reppin'.
I love Jake Ewald. And then the Frights.
yes, I love the.
It's been a rough couple months.
yeah. About the time I start listening to like Mac Miller and fucking like Juice WRLD and stuff like that, it's like very, like,
You know,
can tell it's
up
like-
north they talk about seasonal depression when it gets colder and more dark and shit. No, I get seasonal depression in the summer because I'm like, I can't go outside. It's
Literally.
too hot.
And then it rains, and it's
Yeah.
like it's insane. Yeah, Florida's fucked.
Fuck Florida, man.
Bipolar is fuck weather here. It's
Yeah, for
insane.
sure.
Yeah, nah.
Anyways, Ian, what you got?
Oh, I've been listening to a lot of Red Vox recently. which is a cool psychedelic, like kind of grungy style band. Started by the streamer Vine Sauce.
Oh, hell yeah.
So that goes hard. TikTok has gotten me into Steve Lacy.
No.
I respect that.
He actually really fucks. I really dig it.
I respect
And what else? The Altogether. My girlfriend got me into that band, and they kind of fuck. They
Hell
kind of
yeah.
go hard.
I got a bunch of new music to check out though, because
Hell
I
yeah.
really haven't heard about it yet.
Mikey, what about you?
I haven't really been listening to a lot of music except for this one really small band called Joe.
Okay.
I haven't really been listening to. I used to listen to a lot of Green
That's
Day.
the Stranger Things guy, right?
That is
Yeah,
a
no.
That's the
Joe,
Stranger. Yeah.
Joe Keery is the front man of Joe. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the?
I just realized
He plays,
Joe
Steve.
Keery
Okay.
Yeah.
and Joe. I never fucking did that. I swear to God.
No way, bro. You never.
Just came together.
Oh my god.
Bro,
All right.
things
The
are
last
coming
piece of
together for
puzzle.
Mikey.
So Green Day and Joe, you're done talking.
Okay,
Jonas.
no. Okay, so I listened to back in the day, like middle school, like up until like freshman, like sophomore year.
Says
I listened
back in
to,
the
like,
day, like he's like 55. You know,
Yeah,
he's been
big
through
guy.
life.
I listened to like Green Day and like My Chemical Romance, like pretty much exclusively.
Good bands, yeah, classics for
But
sure.
We talking about recently. What have you been spinning recently? What's your go-to?
anything that's good.
Good
Alright.
answer. Good answer. That was a
Cool.
good answer.
So not
Jonas,
sending
Jonas
the
is
lead.
the only one.
send it to Lee.
I don't listen to your own band, you know.
I do.
You do. Oh, you do to listen to. You know,
I've
like,
been heavily
well,
listening
sometimes
to
you-
Jeff.
Wait,
White
hold on.
music.
Shut the fuck up. Jonas hasn't answered. Go ahead, buddy.
That is a.
Thank
I've
you,
been
Rumble.
listening to a lot of Childish Gambino, like
Oh, fuck yeah.
Love
like
Childish
Me and Your
Gambino.
Mama, 3005, Thundercat as well, and like
Yes.
the shit he's been doing
Yeah.
with Gorillaz.
So amazing. Yes.
Oh, that shit was so good.
Yeah, Cracker Island was a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like bands I like Peach Pit, little bands like that.
Peach Pit's really cool too.
Peach Pit is really
It shows.
Literally, yeah, all the bands you mentioned kind of like show their own in their own way on the album. It's really cool.
Yeah, no, it's weird to think about. Like, it's a cohesive album in some aspects, but in other aspects, you can just like pinpoint the different
Influence.
inspirations.
Yeah, it's very versatile and just like open, like back to back, like
Yeah.
front to back. It's very like well thought out, to be honest.
Appreciate that.
Of course. Also,
Shut me.
It has not been thought out. I was just like, this chord is in this song too. No, dead ass. That's how I came up with the track list. I was like, Red Bull and Smokes, In the Eye. Those are the same chord progression. In the Eye ends on an A, just like you. There's an A somewhere in Arby's Girl. That's coming right after.
it's like you're a DJ. You're like
Rumble
DJ
also wrote Changes. Boom, we'll put that after Arby's Girl. Changes starts in a G. So does World War Me, right there. G. Unsteady starts on G. There it is. Content in my numbness is sad. Throw it in there. I'm just like you. It's gonna go somewhere. 3,000 miles. It's the ender. And that's how I came up with the track list.
Okay.
Can we?
More or
Fuck.
less.
Can we move on?
Yeah. I love this though. Very candid setting the
Welcome to Send and Delete.
I love it, yeah. The realistic.
Bro, I'm gonna fucking throw up. I'm laughing so
Next question.
Next question. Okay.
Alright, so you guys got the album. Any plans for a tour?
We're playing a couple shows late August and a couple shows early September. Unfortunately, considering we're all 18-year-old fucking children, there's not a whole lot of money to actually invest in a tour.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try to play some hella shows, showcase our album to new people, and that's honestly right now that's the best we can do.
Yeah, your your promotion team is like really doing very well. I feel.
Oh
like.
yeah, shouts out Rune, our social media manager.
Hell yeah, yeah.
She's doing a great job.
Yeah, for real. You guys got a huge following right now. It's like
Yeah.
definitely really cool.
Something I've been looking into that I've shared with the band a little bit, but I've been trying to do some individual research before I like bring it out to them. Is just a mini like Florida tour.
Yeah.
Probably around the end of this year.
Do like some locale.
I
That
would
is
love
not
that,
set
yeah.
in stone. By the
Yeah.
way. That is not set in
This
stone.
is a idea.
This is,
But
a-
yeah, it's
this is
definitely
just an
possible.
idea that I've been throwing around. I've been trying to get some facts together before I like be like, hey guys, how do you feel about this?
Yeah.
And we all try and fuck around with our schedules to get that going.
Yeah, try to get like maybe like the weekend off, or maybe like just like a little 5-day spring or something.
Yeah, just something like, I don't know, here, Jacksonville,
Gainesville.
Gainesville.
Yeah, Gainesville for sure, yes.
Gainesville. I actually went to a really good folk punk show in Gainesville recently at the Roadhouse.
Okay, who
The
was
Roadhouse was good. I saw Pigeon Pit.
Okay.
This band, they said it was their second show. They're called Confession Kids. Shout out to them. They fucking killed it.
I love folk punk. Like,
There was another band, I don't remember what it was, and then there was this guy named Dakota Floyd. He was really fucking sick. We talked after the show. He was dope. And then, of course, Pigeon Pit was fucking sick.
yeah, it's so cool to make connections with musicians and stuff.
Yeah, it was
Like,
weird because he was like, oh yeah, I'm just from Atlanta, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
why are you in Florida?
Yeah,
This is
true.
just worse Georgia.
Yeah.
You're going in the wrong direction.
Yeah. I was gonna say might as well go north, right?
Yeah.
Swim
But
us in.
as far as like current shows following the album release, we're playing an album release show. I mean, I don't know when this interview is gonna come out, but what's it, August 26th is the night our album
Hopefully
comes out.
before then, yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
we'll
we're-
promote it with that, you know. Like,
We're doing an album release party show thing that night at the Vault and Holiday.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, we'll be there.
So we got that. We got a show the next day in Bradenton. We got a couple shows coming up next month. Fucking
Shout out Mountain Dew.
shouts out Mountain Dew Kickstarter.
Are we
But
like
yeah.
Sponsored by Mountain Dew.
We're
Kickstarter.
not.
No, wait,
We're not
no,
sponsored.
hold on.
We didn't get sponsored, but if you want to sponsor us, go ahead.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Please don't.
But yeah.
Don't.
Hashtag Meowow Kickstart Mountain Dew.
Are you
Tag
gonna
that
explain
shit
what
on
Meowow
Twitter.
is?
Oh,
It's
fuck.
well, okay, so I guess the questions are turned back on me.
What does
So,
it mean?
I was just like kind of fed up with like figuring out a name.
Yeah, hold on, let me see
And,
that real
like-
quick. Yeah, Meowow. Where did that come from?
I like your shirt, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, it was.
I'm a big Murdoch fan.
Me too. N2D and fucking Delta Funky Homo Sapien. We were listening to 3,000 Shots. I think the song's called.
3,000 shots. You should be listening to 3,000 miles.
I was hoping you wouldn't make that.
Shut
I was
up.
hoping you would.
You have
continue
no
on.
valid opinion.
Let's continue on to the next.
Yeah, please. We need to get this going.
So, what's your favorite what's your favorite song on the album? Like the new one?
We should go around with this one.
Yeah.
All right, let's start.
Mikey?
Let's start with Mikey.
My favorite is probably World War Me. Just
Yeah?
based off of like the mixing, like how it sounds, it's World War Me.
Yeah.
But like songwriting, it's unsteady.
Okay.
I have to agree with Mikey there as far as songwriting and just like, yeah, just it's so beautiful in its simplicity. And that's no shit on you. I'm not saying you wrote a caveman song. No, but like it's just like it does what it needs to, and it's just a beautiful song. So as far as songwriting goes, it's unsteady. My favorite, if I had to say, maybe my favorite one to play.
Oh yeah, that's an entirely different question. I mean,
You
My
can answer
fa-
that one too.
We got it
Yeah.
on here.
My favorite one to play is probably World War Me. I'm like
Nice.
up and down the neck on that song. It's just a lot of
Honestly,
fun.
Yeah, it was really cool. The intro was
That
really
is a
cool with
fun
the drums, a
song.
little bass solo type. Like
Jones?
I think my favorite song on the album, I'm actually a very big Arby's girl enjoyer.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Arby's girl.
Yeah.
Shout out Arby's girl. Shout out Christina.
Shout out Christina.
No, I think that was one of the first songs that I felt really like changed, like okay, I don't also not a diss, but we were going with Egan's music for a while, and it sounds great, but this brought like a breath of new life into the band.
Word.
Jeez,
Thank
that a
you,
diss?
bro.
A compliment?
I think it's kind of both.
Egan's like,
No, I don't like my music either.
I think it's great.
I know, I love
Do you know how sick of Red Bull and Smokes I am?
Oh,
Do you
dude,
know
I'm right there with
the
you.
context of that song is I was sitting at Grandin, Maine.
What spot? What spot at Great Maine?
There's this little like cube right where that big alligator mural is.
Yeah.
Literally right on the corner of Grandin, Maine. Right behind me is Sims Park.
Okay.
I'm sitting there.
I've been there, yeah.
It was like 2 a.m. on a Saturday night. I came out to my mother as trans.
Okay.
And like there was just a whole big
Yeah.
argument about it. So I'm
Very big argument.
I'm at Grandin, Maine, and I have my acoustic and I'm just writing and I'm like, oh, this is a cool fucking power chord progression. And I wrote the song
Yeah.
at Grandin, Maine.
Okay. Hell yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
That's a really
that's
cool
not
one.
just a bullshit lyric.
No, that's not a bullshit lyric.
You'll find
It's
me at the
literally
corner of Grand and Main. It
Always-
means something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's just a shit song.
But it's a beautiful. No, I
So
love that song,
anyways,
yeah.
favorite song on the album?
Favorite song on the album to listen to? Changes.
Changes as well.
Changes. I get.
Y'all are too nice.
I get the context of like going into religion and then coming out completely different and having to deal
Yeah.
with that.
Same.
And like I've dealt with that heavily in different ways than Rumble has, so it's nice seeing a different perspective than what I've experienced.
You're welcome.
My favorite to play, I don't want to be a dickhead and being like, my song that I wrote is my favorite to
Do
play.
it.
No.
Content in My Numbness.
It's
That's a great.
It's such a pretty fucking guitar.
Yes.
No, it's such a good guitar part, but the issue is we almost never play it live just because it's just
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
no.
just too much.
I don't think
No,
I've ever heard it
I
live.
pretty much almost break down every time I do it. 'Cause
We-
there's like a 2.5 minute monologue at the very end.
Is that you who's doing that?
That's me.
It
Yeah.
sounds like an epic movie moment. It's
Yeah,
really
no.
good.
Kind of is.
Because
Yeah.
Like the newest version of Content in My Numbness with like the extra lyrics and the whole monologue and everything. That version, because we used to play a much more simplified version that was like less lyrics and no monologue and stuff like that, and that was okay. But man, now that we added like the monologue and the extra verse, it's just too hard to play. Like,
Yeah.
honestly. And I'm sure you agree with me.
Not so
we,
much.
we played it like
not
twice,
so much
maybe.
like physically, it's hard to play for me, but like
I don't remember
Emotionally.
how I played
emotionally,
it originally.
because I don't know.
We
if,
kinda
do y'all
just,
have
like,
a question of
go
like,
get
backstory
it was
of like
completely
writing
improv.
one of your songs?
Yeah.
or-
Go,
I'll
if
get
you
on.
want to tell the backstory of that song, let's go ahead.
Okay. So when I was like 13, 13 or 14, how heavy can I get on this?
As heavy as you want to
Get it all out.
It depends on what you want to be posted on the internet.
When I was like
True.
13 or 14, I tried committing suicide. I pretty much just got whatever I could get my hands on. I got like the shittiest coke I could get, being
Yeah.
like 14, having just like
Just trying to get like that escapism.
$500. I got that. I got 4 tabs of acid. I got oxycodone. I took all that.
At the
I
same
drank
time, or
what,
just
at the same time.
Damn.
I took I found whatever liquor I could find in the liquor cabinet. I drank as much as I could without throwing up. And I
yeah.
downed my antidepressants, and I remember like nothing from that night. And then after that, the only thing that really stuck with me bad was the painkillers, because it kind of just gave me a feeling of like, okay, I don't feel anything.
Yeah,
for
just
once.
that numbness. Yeah.
So it's like we're content in my numbness.
Yeah.
Oh. And
Okay.
I just dealt with that for about 3 years until I
Yeah.
finally like fully got clean from it. And it was hard. It was mostly I ran out of money.
Yeah.
That's where like if I wouldn't have ran out of money, I probably would not be sober today.
I feel
But yeah, that's where the song "Content in My Numbness" came from.
it's a very hard
And
song.
the finger picking pattern is actually inspired off this thing my father wrote.
Okay.
And shouts out Steve, based as
Steve,
fuck.
Hell yeah, shouts out.
So yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna take that and do something with it. And I changed some stuff up, and I kind of just made it more into my own. And,
Yeah. It's a really
Yeah.
beautiful song. like,
Yeah.
I was listening to it and I like started choking up a little bit because I really relate to that. Like,
Yeah. I actually had this when I went to K-Tech, I had this freshman come up to me
yeah.
in my senior year, and he was like, "Hey, I follow your YouTube and I follow your band, and I saw you posted this song called Content in My Numbness." And he was like, I've been having a lot of problems with addiction recently, and like thank you for writing it, because
Yeah.
it means a lot to. And I'm like tearing up here,
Yeah.
like talking about it,
To
because
hear
like
someone relating
I'm
to
sitting,
that.
I'm like standing in front of this like child,
Yeah.
like telling me about like his problems, and I was like, whoa, I get that I went through that, but no one else should have to go through that.
Yeah.
And, like I'm getting like all like fucking choked up in front of this kid, and he's like,
Yeah.
"So just thank you for writing it. It's like it's really helping me out right now." And I was like, like I'm at the fucking vending machine. I'm trying to get a Dr. Pepper, and I'm like,
It's having, like, a connection, like,
I love,
Yeah, having a
I
fucking
love that
moment.
story every time I hear it.
It's a beautiful story. Like, it's always great to have someone that like relates to your music and have that music that you can go to when you feel alone, because it's like that escapism is beautiful. I think music is probably one of like the most like safest and like beautiful, like kind of like drugs in a sense, but
Yeah,
not really,
yeah.
you know, like when you're able to use that in that like context and texture to like really like bring a community together and just have like good vibes, you know.
I actually went from painkillers to meth.
All right, well, let's move on to the next
So
question.
actually, well, let's cut to commercial. Yay!
I show up to the first send and delete practice as a 4-piece, you know, all the 4 of us in the band. They hadn't had a bass player till now. And Egan shows up, pulls out her guitar, and was like, I got this song, and it's Red Bull and Smokes. And that's the first song we ever played together as a band. It just felt so tight, everything was perfect. And we play it the exact same way to this day.
Yeah.
It's our song, you know what I mean?
I love that it's the first song on the album because it really like paints that picture.
Yeah,
of,
exactly. Like, this is the beginning of the band.
Yeah.
And then you get to 3,000 miles, and it just progressively gets to a point of just like, this is how the band started, and this is how the band developed. Not just as musicians, but as
People and friends, yeah.
We were working out our emotions through song, and it shows on the album. The album goes from more, I don't want to say cookie cutter, but just like straightforward punk emo music to a much more real place.
Yeah.
Once you reach like side B, you know, you can really just see the way.
I love side B. That was probably my favorite part of the album too.
Yeah,
like when it got to the second half because it was so real and raw and emotional.
And like side A ends with my song Changes, which is just like, I mean, Arby's Girl is a fun song.
Yeah.
I did write that one. It's a fun song to shake your booty to.
It is a fun song.
I love the
But
chorus and Changes.
Changes, yeah, it's just so, like, I put everything I had at the time into Changes.
It's a beautiful
How do your
song.
parents feel about it?
As far as I know, my parents haven't really heard it. Like, they've heard it performed live a couple times, but they're always like, oh, I couldn't understand the words. Or
Yeah.
Which is a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
that song?
man, the album's dropping in a week.
That's gonna be
Everybody's
so
gonna
fucking
know
cool.
And I know my
Yeah.
parents are gonna listen to it. They never come to my shows anymore. And
That's
a whole,
lame.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, they really should come to your shows because they're missing out.
They are missing out.
Every time I've seen y'all, it's such a great energy and such a great vibe.
I really
like-
appreciate that. Yeah, but it's because I've listened through the album probably a million times by now,
Yeah.
and every time I come back to this thing where it's like, just in a music sense, where through the album you can see us developing our chemistry, starting with just a simple punk song and moving into more complex ideas, and then from there you start to see the lyrics change.
Yeah.
Where we've developed ourselves as a band, and now we're just being honest.
So, when did y'all meet Bong Water?
Ooh.
Okay, so me and Jonas about 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years?
It was just about 2 years ago.
So
So pre-Rumble.
Pre-Rumble.
Yeah.
This was like just a little bit before we started Send and Delete. Jonas and I, there's these like woods near his house over off Ridge Road, right by the bowling alley. There's like woods to the left of it. We were back there and we were starting a fire, which by the way, Jonas is really good at starting bonfires.
it's my forte.
Boy Scout experience?
No, he's
No.
never been a Boy Scout. He just
Okay.
lived in
Self-made.
he just lived in
Self-made.
fucking
Self-taught.
fuck all Wisconsin.
That's
where
even better,
nothing
yeah.
happened.
Because you should be
Basically-
DIY, you know?
Basically
Wisconsin's where-
cavemen that were good at making cheese.
Yeah. And we started hearing noises in the bushes behind us, and we were like, okay, is a homeless person like sleeping back there?
Yeah.
We don't want to bother them. And this fucking like thing came out of the bushes, and we were like, what the fuck is that? It's dark out. It's like midnight.
Yeah, I'd be terrified.
And it's this big fucking pastel colored, like half man, half alpaca crawling out of the bushes. And it starts like, have y'all seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
Do you remember the very end of the first movie where he's like, yeah, dance battle?
Yeah.
That's what it started doing towards us.
It started trying to dance battle you?
It started dance battling Jonas. So Jonas
It's got a
is
killer
like,
fucking worm.
Word.
yeah. So
I'd like to
Jonas
see
and I are fucking terrified, and then it just
As you
starts
should.
following us around. Like it follows us back to Jonas's house. It followed us like to school. It was like
It just wouldn't leave you alone.
It
It's
wouldn't-
just like
it
being your
wouldn't
best
leave us
friend
be.
now.
Almost
Yeah.
out of sight, but always there.
Yeah, it basically stalks you from like a distance.
it doesn't
not like
speak
right behind.
normally.
Where does it sleep?
I don't know.
Does it?
We kind of just find it sometimes. I found it in my house before.
We actually have to put
Oh,
it in
yeah.
a dog
No, me
cage
too.
before
No,
shows.
we do have to put it in a cage before shows if we want to transport them.
Okay.
You know, because we're moving into Rumble era.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
send and delete story here. Yeah, no. I've got a big ass fucking window right outside of my neighborhood, right next to my bed. I catch him out there every now and then.
What is it? Just chilling?
He'll just be sitting in the road sometimes.
Smoking the bong, yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Always, yeah.
I've
Always.
seen
Just
him.
literally taped to their face.
He's either
That's
smoking
laced
the
up.
bong or drinking the water out of it, which
Okay.
is fucking
I've caught
nuts.
him.
Is it good? Does it taste good? I've never drank the water from the
No, it's horrible.
Horrible?
I haven't tried
His
it.
taste buds are like
To him,
adjusted
it's a delicacy.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite, you know?
It's like, you know how there's wine tastings? He does like bong water tastings.
Okay, yeah, just like switches it around, like spits it out a little bit,
Yeah.
like gives
No,
it the taste.
we've been at Mikey's house before, and Mikey has this big property in it as his backyard. I've seen him ripping a fucking bong in his backyard before.
Holy shit.
No lie.
No.
Crazy as shit. I swear to God.
Yeah, but no, we don't really know where he comes from.
But he is.
he's there.
He's just
By
the first
statistics,
time.
by
go ahead.
statistics, 134th of a chance that of a cloud you see in the sky, that's actually one of his rips.
Yeah.
One of his ribs?
Yes.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
no, dude is nuts.
Must be
And the first Send and Delete show that Bong Water appeared at, we didn't even know what was happening. He just
showed up.
He just stormed the stage, and ever since then,
It's like a call to him.
yeah,
Get out
he-
the way, Jonas. I'm gonna be
we
playing
realized he was just
Now I just
such
get pissed off.
a talented frontman. Ever since then, we've just been like collecting him. Every time we did a frontman,
Yeah.
he's up there.
That's
I think he kind
never lets you down.
True.
He might actually enjoy it. I don't know.
Because why else would he like what if he I think like he like willingly he lets us capture.
Maybe, but like
That's kinda
we
cute.
don't speak
How do we
we don't
capture
speak his
this
language.
guy?
How would we ever know?
So would
Yeah,
the
we never
term
talked
monster
to him.
fucker compare to bong water?
And on that note, what's the next question?
I think you have the next
I think he's like a being
CJ,
on
please. No, shut up.
Say it.
CJ, please.
I gotta save the moment.
I'm just saying the sexual tension between Jonas
Shut
and bong water.
up.
I can see it.
About that.
All right, so
CJ.
we all know that you three sing, you guys write songs, but
Yeah.
will there ever be a Mikey song?
Yes,
Ooh.
we've been talking.
I-
I literally talked to Mikey about this just the other day, and I was like, Mikey, can you please sing in a song?
Right.
And he was like, not this album, but next album we can work.
Oh,
on.
okay.
Well,
I didn't
Confirmed,
did I say next-
confirmed next
Hold on.
album we got a Mikey
Okay.
singing part.
Okay.
He's a
I
good
did-
Confirmed.
singer.
He's
I
such a good
did-
singer.
It's like,
No,
hold on.
he's so good.
Damn.
No.
Okay, hold on. No.
So good.
No, I'm not saying Mikey has to sing lead, but I just want to get him on like fucking backups or something.
Please,
He's a
for
good
real.
singer,
Yes.
and he doesn't want to showcase it.
Do some
Okay.
Trey Cool action.
I will write I thought we were talking about writing a song first.
No, I just want you to sing, man.
We just want you to sing.
He said a Mikey song.
Yeah, like both. Like if you
Yeah,
sing
if
on
you
a song or
sing
you
or-
write it or.
There
Yeah, you
will
can
be
write a song if
There
you want.
will be a Mikey song in the future,
Okay.
but I don't have any like writing experience.
Not on this album.
I
You
once
don't need
opened a
any.
notebook in Mikey's room, and he was like, "Yeah,
No.
writing
I
songs."
swear-
No,
you
no,
will
wait,
not-
wait.
I
No,
swear to
I don't
God.
remember what the lyric was, but I opened the note. I picked up the notebook, and he was like, "Yeah, I started writing a song, and it was like 3 words, and he was like, it's pretty good, right?"
No, wait, are we talking about embarrassing things that we saw on Mikey's table?
Yeah, we can.
Because I got a story.
Okay.
I walked into his room one time.
Wait, hold on.
He was on YouTube looking up, can you smoke catnip?
I think I saw Shane Dawson do that once though, so I mean. Still.
Oh my god. Oh no,
Okay.
another embarrassing thing I found in
Anyways.
Mikey's room. There is this big brown stain on his mattress, and he swears up and down that it is chocolate ice cream that he fell asleep eating. But
I
by
like
God,
this
does it
story.
look like a
Yeah.
shit stain?
Like
Kiana and Teo were
Kiana
there.
and Teo, I don't want to hear
You
about
paid them, bro.
He's got the
He paid
witnesses.
them.
He came prepared.
Oh my god.
got the receipts.
Okay.
Okay.
That was
Anyways,
so long.
we've done enough shitting on Mikey. Will there be a Mikey song in the future?
Yes.
Maybe he'll sing back up. Maybe he'll even write a song. The
I'll be
time,
Mikey's
time will tell.
ghostwriter.
Both
Time will
amazing.
tell.
And then,
Anyways.
what happened to the Jonas song y'all guys had? Like, it was like.
Oh, glass half full?
Yes, that one was such
Let's
a bad.
that will be on the
like,
next
No,
one.
you
Yes.
take that. You take
Okay, because I was missing
Oh,
that song. I
sorry
was like,
about
where
that.
is that?
That was one of my first songs that I'd ever, and especially like one that we put on like live.
Yeah.
For the first few times, it's a really challenging song, especially to sing. It's one of the strangest, I think. How would you? What was the way you described it?
Okay, so I'm the music nerd of the band. Like I study music theory and shit like that. And I have looked in so many different angles to understand Jonas's song. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't have like a key or like the right
No.
like, thing or.
It floats between G and F major.
Okay.
it's just like it's the weirdest thing. It's like this 2-chord vamp, but
Yeah.
it's still so
Too-
unsettling
Yeah,
in a way.
because it doesn't like resolve per se.
No, it never
Not really.
really resolves.
Okay.
It's
It's
just
just- it's
a back
bizarre.
and forth swing. I don't
Which
know.
No,
it's
but, like,
beautiful, kind
as-
of like a metaphor for
as-
life, or like
As
something.
bizarre as I think it is, it's really pretty.
Yeah.
Like, even
Yes.
though in my mind I can't make sense of it, like from a theory standpoint, it's just such a good
The
song.
lyrics are like some of Jonas's lyrics, just not even just for Glass Half Full, but in general. Even though when I ask him what his lyrics mean, he's just like, I don't know, I just wrote some shit down. Like,
They're still so good.
There's probably
Yeah.
some
not only are they
shit going on.
relatable, but also like they're just so heartfelt. And I don't care what he says when he's like, oh, I don't know, I just wrote something down, I guess. Like,
I don't believe it.
knowing Jonas as a person, I try to connect the dots of things that go on in his life, and I'm like picking together the conspiracy theory of Jonas's lyrics.
I think it's
Piece
just
by
like,
piece.
I think
I
it's
could see
just
it with, like, the
crippling
red wire
ADHD.
from,
If I'm
like,
being
Yeah, yeah.
honest.
Y'all ever seen CoffeeZilla? Y'all know that YouTube channel?
No.
How he like goes over all those like gurus and like Bitcoin conspiracy like scams and shit like that, and how he had the big fucking crypto Bitcoin wallet, fucking like red like fucking tape and everything. That's me fucking putting together Jonas's lyrics with his life.
Like Charlie,
So-
and It's Always Sunny
No,
too.
no,
You
no.
know, like,
Yeah,
Pepe
yeah, yeah,
Sylvia.
yeah.
Where's Pepe Sylvia?
You know what I just realized? We're taking these simple ass questions and turning them into like 10-minute discussions.
I love it. We're gonna cut it together to make it like really like.
Oh yeah, dude, it's gonna be like fast cuts.
Yeah.
Like what I just said is
True.
probably gonna be cut.
But
So Nardwuar or Anthony Fantano?
Nardwuar.
Nardwuar.
All the way.
Nardwuar.
Both, maybe?
Nardwuar's superiority.
Nardwuar if I want to like sit down and enjoy myself, and Anthony Fantano if I want to hear either the best or the worst fucking take I've ever
You know,
heard
that's
in
a
my
good
life.
point.
That's amazing.
Nardwuar,
That is amazing.
if I'm looking for something to watch for hours. Anthony Fantano, if I want to feel bad about my music taste.
Literally,
Yeah, no,
literally.
for sure. And I think everyone here can agree.
Though, something something Anthony Fantano did, he reviewed Holy Ghost by Modern Baseball, and he gave it a strong 7. And he
Wow.
never does that shit for like
I'm
emo
still-
music.
Yeah, that is.
I'm still hanging on the fact that he gave To Pimp a Butterfly a 10 out of 10, just like it should have gotten at the Grammys, but fucking
So
Red
true.
by Taylor Swift beat it?
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Fuck
it's a classic.
that.
Don't get me wrong. I love Red by Taylor Swift, but fucking To Pimp a Butterfly is the best.
It's the
hip-hop
best rap album ever made.
No, not ever made. I wouldn't say ever made, but
No, fuck you, ever made.
In the past 20 years, I would say it is the best rap album.
Best hip hop album
Ever made.
ever.
Oh.
Anyways,
Those
I don't even remember what the question
Yeah,
was.
same dog.
What are we talking
What
We
about?
got so off
Oh,
track.
Anthony Fantano
Oh,
or
yeah,
Nardwuar?
yeah,
That was the
Oh,
question.
Nardwuar, no question.
Yeah, Nardwuar.
I agree. Yeah, Nardwuar for sure.
All right,
Dude,
next
if
question.
I was in court against Nardwuar,
No,
if
here's the
Nardwuar
thing.
came up
Here's
to
the
me,
thing.
we'd all
Nard,
lose.
if we ever got famous enough to get a Nardwuar interview, I guarantee he would come up to us and be
Don't we
like,
have to be rap
"You
for
got
that?"
it, dude."
oh my god! You know what he'd do? He'd come up to me and he'd be like, "Leaf." He'd look at me and like he'd be like, "Leaf 7," And I'd be like, which was one of our original
No.
band names.
So if he can uncover
dude,
something even deeper,
Classic
deeper than that
Avalanche.
shit.
Plastic Avalanche Records.
I was
That's
gonna
easier
say
to
just don't
find.
even tell him what that meant.
All right,
Just be a-
done with the fucking Nardwuar
Okay.
shit.
All right, so you know the artwork to your single "Arby's Girl." It has
Uh-huh.
Rumble in front of the Arby's sign, but
Of course.
the letters are changed on the Arby's sign to match the title of the song. I was wondering like how did that come about?
We
I used to
actually
work
just did that.
at that Arby's, and I
Cool.
went up to my GM and I was like, "Can I change the reader board for like half an hour?" And she was
Really?
like,
They let you do
and,
that?
yeah,
That's
she
really
was,
sweet.
She was like, if the if the lobby is closed and it's only drive-through orders, then yes, you can change it for a minute.
That's
So
crazy.
we closed, Arby's closed at 12. It was either 12 or 1. I don't remember.
12.
But yeah, okay, 12. And I would get out at 10 o'clock. And then this one day, I was like, we're going to do the Arby's Girl picture now because the lobby was already closed. And Tori wasn't there, my GM. But she had given me permission. So I just went up to the manager at the time and I was like, I'm gonna go change the reader board real quick. And he was like, huh?
What?
And I was like, don't worry, Tori gave me your permission. And she was like, the fuck are you talking about? What are you gonna change it to? And I was like, it's something for my band. And she was like, All right. It was way too late, and she was way too tired to give a shit.
Yeah, she's like, just go ahead.
Fun
So-
fact: I still have the letters.
Do
I-
you?
Yeah,
I
I
stole
gave
the-
Egan the letters.
We
Oh, shit,
stole
that's
the
an eBay
letters
find.
for the sign.
I took them from my Arby's store.
That's amazing.
Anyways,
Don't worry.
I went out there.
Dennis, I guess.
I went out there. Egan and our friend Teo were there, and we just took some pictures of me because the whole story of the song, like I told you, is about prom and shit like that.
Who's the Arby's girl?
Oh yeah. Okay, so the Arby's girl is, believe it or not, someone I worked with at Arby's. Because I had that job for almost a year, and I met this emo chick that worked there. The only alternative looking person that worked
Yeah.
there other than me.
It's nice to find someone who's relatable at your work.
Yeah, she was cool as fuck. But her name was Christina.
Christina, that's who Christina is. Okay, cool.
is
That was another
Christina.
question too.
Also, shouts out Christina, because the best part about this is since then we've made up. We're on great terms, and she knows about the whole Arby's girl thing.
Oh hell yeah!
She thinks it's fucking hilarious.
It really is fucking hilarious. I
Yeah.
love that everyone's like,
So-
"Fuck you, Christina!"
Yeah,
It's
she
so-
thinks it's so funny.
It is-
She's just like, oh my god, they're yelling my name,
Yeah.
But anyways, no, we're on really good terms. That's the best part about this.
Hell yeah.
But do you want to hear the story of what happened?
Yes,
Okay,
please.
okay. So I worked with a girl named Christina, and I thought she was cute, so we started talking. I got her Snapchat and shit like that, and we were talking for a month or so. And it was toward the end of the school year, and I wasn't in school. I had already graduated.
Yeah.
She was in her senior year, and she was like, "Man, I got no one to go to prom with, yada yada." And I was like, "All right, I'll go to prom with you."
Yeah.
So I spent $80 on prom ticket because they rented out a mansion for some reason.
Holy shit.
For their fucking for
Yeah,
prom.
that's wild.
So I spent $80 or so on this prom ticket, and I get all dressed up. I got my bow tie on, I got my suspenders, got my jacket, whole 9 yards, and I get to her house to go pick her up,
Yeah.
And she's like, "All right, come on in." So I walk into her house. She has to have me sign a couple papers because I didn't go to her school, so she had to sign off on some.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And I signed those papers, and I was like, "All right, we good to go?" And she was like, "Wait, we gotta wait for my boyfriend to get here."
Whoa.
Holy shit. Mic drop.
In the 2 months we've been talking, never once mentioned
Yeah, mention
a
that
boyfriend.
shit. Yeah, what? Just trying
And
to be
I was like, boyfriend.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, haven't I told you about him?" And I was like, "Nah."
Yeah, nah.
No, you haven't.
Nah.
And she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she was trying to be all apologetic, but I was just pissed.
I would be
you know?
pissed too, yeah.
Yeah. So, I at first it was just so shocking. I didn't know what to do. And her boyfriend gets to the house, and I'm still just trying to sort all of this out. And she gets in her boyfriend's car, and I get in my car alone. And she was like, "Oh, just follow us. We gotta stop somewhere real quick."
Yeah.
Her boyfriend stopped at the smoke shop. So now I'm alone in my car. Christina's alone in her car.
Oh, God.
And I'm texting her "Hey, what's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, my boyfriend's just grabbing a vape or something."
Yeah.
Then we leave this. Then we leave the smoke shop, and we go to one of her boyfriend's friends' houses to pick him up for prom.
What the fuck?
So now there's 3 people in her boyfriend's car, and I'm still alone
Oh my god.
in my fucking 1992 Chevy Cavalier, no air, just fucking cheaping on
Yeah.
some cigarettes because I can't handle this situation. I was so
Stressful, yeah.
confused. I couldn't even process
Yeah, that's wild.
what happened because we were just constantly moving, and I was just like, okay. I couldn't even think about what was happening. And then after we get her boyfriend's friend, yeah, we pull into a McDonald's parking lot on 52 in Chicago.
Oh my god.
And he pulls in, I pull in next to him. I'm texting Christina. I'm like, "Fuck's going on, bro?" And she was like, "Oh, we just had to grab a couple friends." And I was like, "Okay, what are we doing at McDonald's?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, we're gonna wait for the whole squad to pull up, and then we're gonna head to
Popular,
prom." And I was
apparently.
like, "Okay, and you're with your boyfriend, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Why didn't you tell me you had a fucking boyfriend?" And she was like, "I thought I
Right,
did." I swear to God, she didn't.
Yeah. That seems like a pretty memorable moment.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, if she if at any point she told me she had a boyfriend, I would have been like, never mind. She never told me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Quite the surprise.
so we were going back and forth, and I'm very noticeably getting upset about the situation because it's finally starting to set in. Like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
So it's finally starting to set in, and she gets to a point where she's just like, "Do you want to go home?"
Yeah.
So the aesthetic we wanted to go for is like, you're dressed up fancy, but something just happened to you and now you're a mess. So we like kind of untucked the shirt, loosened the tie.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm holding a bottle of Jack and
it
smoking a
really
cigarette.
catches that vibe for sure.
Yeah, and then up there it says Arby's girl, and it was just
perfect.
It was the perfect
Yeah,
picture.
it's perfect. Yeah.
Anyways, that's the story behind the picture.
Hell yeah, and I think this was a pretty perfect interview. Did you have any more questions? I think I got through all mine.
Yeah, same here.
All right, when's the album coming out and what's the name of it? And then
Go ahead.
sign out.
We have been Send and Delete. Our album Simpletons comes out August 26th at midnight. Be sure to come to our show at the Vault in Holiday, Florida.
Fuck yeah.
It's at the Holiday Tower. It's gonna be sick. We got some other cool bands: Pretzel Day, Sincerely Yours, Dutchland, Pretzel Day. Fuck Pretzel Day. Fuck Pretzel Day. Vasily Lumakos hates the working class. I'm not taking my shoes off. This has been Meowow TV, apparently. Have a good night, y'all.
Love you guys!